During his 24-year reign, it's estimated that Saddam Hussein had 80 to 100 palaces built across Iraq and Kurdistan. The lavish palaces were an expression of his power, and no expense was spared. In many cases, he never or barely visited these palaces, and many were looted after the First Gulf War. Of those that stand now, some are deserted, and some are used by the modern-day army. Today we're going to visit the unique Bird's Nest Palace perched high on the Gara mountain in Kurdistan. Come with me on a journey.
So what you see behind me is one of the walls guarding one of Saddam Hussein's former palaces. He had countless palaces all over the country. This is just one of many. And this particular one now is used as the Peshmerga base. But this was basically a huge compound here, and a place that he actively went to, because many of his palaces he didn't even visit, or he barely visited. But he liked this particular one, and he really liked the area. Look out on these mountains over here. When he was in this palace, he decided, I want another palace up on those mountains. So right at the top, right at the peak of that mountain there, we see another palace. This palace, this one we're going to go up and visit now. And this one's ruins, basically. Because these palaces, they were bombed, they were destroyed, actually after his time. And what actually happened? Why did these get bombed? It wasn't attacking Saddam Hussein. It was actually attacking the PKK. Now the PKK are the Kurdish freedom fighters in Turkey. So Turkey has been basically at war against the PKK for a long time. These palaces, they were taken over by the PKK, so they were bombed by Turkey, just like the mountain range has been in the past as well. So behind me you see Saddam's main palace in this particular little area. Also next to me there, one of the sub-palaces, one of the palaces that he had built around it. The water body that you see down the bottom, this was where Saddam basically wanted to create his own private swimming pool. So he built a dam and created this huge area of water, just as his private swimming pool. Well, this whole area where we're in would have been a complete compound back then. You can see in the distance over here, the walls around this huge area. There would have been guard towers everywhere. So this road that you see behind me, we've been climbing up on this for quite some time. This was built purely to get to Saddam Hussein's palace, purely. There's nothing else up here, so it's just purely for that. Back then, there used to be lampposts running the whole way up there. So nowadays, this would just be pitch black at night, but back then, lampposts going all the way up there. Since then, those have been taken down for scrap metal, basically. It was a very poor country here back in the 90s, so that all got taken away. The road is certainly falling into disrepair. As we can see, it's clearly not being maintained, but then why would it? There's not much tourism here, and there's nothing else here apart from the palace. But when we stopped off here, there was actually along this road 8 guardhouses. So obvious reasons to protect the security leading up to the palace. So we're just gonna go and walk up to one of those now before we climb to the top of the mountain, or rather drive to the top of the mountain, quite thankfully. Certainly quite some commanding view down here already, and we're not even anywhere near the top yet. Hazy day, but you still get the beauty and magnificence of the land around here. So of these 8 guardhouses, only 2 of them still exist. The other 6 were bombed by Turkey. They're just, rubble now. But this one is still, well, to some extent, what it would have been. Yeah, it's still much destroyed over the years. It's really an empty shell. It's so peaceful being up here nowadays. There's not the sound of another person, the sound of another car, nothing. It's here with this beautiful view, and then these remnants of war. No other reason for anyone to come up here nowadays. So it probably comes as no big surprise that Saddam, in his wish to protect the palace, put landmines in the whole area. Either side of this road, there's landmines everywhere. Now there's no way am I walking off the road. You can't see it at this particular point, but there's places where local hunters are going, local tourists are going, even that. They're just climbing up the snow straight into a minefield. The insanity is unbelievable. People are they're believing that either the snow is thick enough that a mine won't detonate, or that the mines are out of date now and won't explode. Just insanity. So many people must lose limbs or lose their lives just out of pure stupidity. Yeah, I'm certainly not leaving this road. But now we continue on. We're almost at the base of the palace. So up at the palace itself now, it's pretty cold up here as well. There's a lot of machinery up here, so we can't actually go inside. We can only go as far as the balcony. But what you see here, over on this side, this is what was basically Saddam's bedroom and balcony up there. He slept there one night, supposedly, had a barbecue up there, but all this security, all this road, the palace, all the buildings on the way, all built just so he could spend one night here.
On the same day that I recorded this and left the area, I found out later that Turkish bombs had hit some locations in the north where the PKK were thought to be. While not any of the places I've been directly in, it's still a sobering reminder of the troubles facing Kurdistan. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't be shy with that like button if you made it this far, and please subscribe if you haven't already. There'll be more coming soon, so I hope you'll join me on the road next time.